Hello everyone and welcome back to Adventures of WellUmMe, and today we're going to be continuing our Game a Day series, and today's game of choice is The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, the remake on the Nintendo Switch. I loved this game. I pretty much picked it up, played it all the way through to completion in the week. We never owned an original copy of this in my family. But we did have a download of the original game on the 3DS from the Game Boy Color. Game Boy Color, I think that's the version that you can buy on the Virtual Console for that. But I remember, like, it was a good game. Like, it doesn't really, the old version of the game doesn't really hold up to today's standards when it comes to Zelda and things like that. But this game, which is not in this case, and I freaked out for a second, but I've got a steelbook. This game is one of those games that I think the remake has done a lot for it. It's kind of modernized it a little bit. It's allowed more control because there's more buttons on the Switch, whereas I think that's where the original one kind of really struggled. You had A and B and start and select and left, right, up, down. You didn't have the option to do a lot of things. Now with this one you've got the full 360 degree motion. You've got A, B, X, Y. You've got the trigger buttons L, R, Z, L, Z, R. The start and select, I guess, with plus and minus. You've got a lot of option with this game now, which you didn't have previously, and that's allowed you to assign more things to the different buttons. It's allowed you to customize things a little bit more, which has made it a lot easier for newcomers to the game that are used to a more modern Zelda kind of gameplay style and all that. And I think the story does flow a lot better. I think the animation, like the graphical design of this game, is one of those things that has just been, like, it is so adorable, it is so cute, the colours are amazing, the graphics are amazing, and I think that's what really sells this one. The music is great as well, and I think that's really where this game shines. I love my Legend of Zelda games. I think it has been one of those things that I've played pretty much all of them, and most of them to completion. There's probably very few that I haven't played all the way to completion. Probably the first two Zelda games, the original Legend of Zelda on the NES and the and Zelda 2. They're probably the only two that I haven't finished all the way through. My introduction to Zelda was with Ocarina of Time. On the 64, I went from Ocarina of Time to Majora's Mask. I got A Link to the Past on the Game Boy Advance. We had, growing up, we didn't have Wind Waker. We had got Twilight Princess. I got Skyward Sword. I've played Virtual Console of Minish Cap. I played Virtual Console of Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages. So, and the Four Swords, I didn't have the GameCube one. I really wanted to get the GameCube one. Still looking for it at some point to buy that. I had the Four Swords adventure thing that came with the 3DS when the 3DS first came out, and you could get that. The download copy of that. What else? What else did I have? I didn't own the original, but I've got this one. We've got Breath of the Wild, and I picked up the HD remakes or remasters of Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, and a couple of years ago I had picked up a second-hand copy of Wind Waker on the GameCube. So I've got lots of Zelda. Own most of them, played most of them. I can't think if there's any other ones that I'm missing other than like the Philips CDI ones that I really don't think count. But I've played my way through most of those games. There are probably others that I've just completely missed. I don't know. But I love the Zelda franchise. I'm not like hardcore, know every detail about it. Enough that, you know, I could never start like a Zelda lore channel, but I think I've got decent enough knowledge of the games and played enough that I can hold my own. I'm more into the 3D ones. I think as great as the 2D ones are, I prefer the 3D ones. Oh, there's the DS games that I forgot about as well. Oh, okay, I've got Triforce Heroes that I have hardly played. There's Phantom Hourglass and the train one. What's the train one? Spirit Tracks. Didn't like those. Didn't like the controls for those ones. I found them a little bit difficult to play. But yeah, I've always found that. I mean, like the classic 2D control style ones are great. The ones that use the touchpad are terrible to control. But I've always just preferred the 3D Zelda games. I thought they were great. I play lots of them. This is kind of almost like a hybrid between the two. It's got like a 3D style graphics with a 2D gameplay, and I think it was really, really well done. And like, props to Nintendo. This is definitely a game to pick up if you own a Switch. You don't have to get the Amiibo stuff. It's not really worth the Amiibo compatibility things. I think Amiibo has kind of gone down a fair amount since it came out, but definitely pick this game up. It's great. I think Nintendo should think about remaking all of the Zelda games, the original Zelda games, in like a 3D style like this. Altering them if they're like the really old ones to kind of entice the new audience with controls. I think it would be one way to introduce a lot of the younger audience to the original games if they remade them like this. I know that like hardcore fans of the original games probably won't like that, but I think it would be great for newcomers and people that just want to, you know, a quick, easy way to play an older Zelda game with a new flair to it on the go on their Switch. So, definitely a game to pick up if you love Zelda. But I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, please hit that like button and consider subscribing. And yeah, Game of Day discussions happening every day. Hope you're enjoying them. Have a great day, and I'll catch you next time.